The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Helps if you hit the right button. Hi there, my name is Ron Jeckett. Welcome to the program. For the 7th day of June, 2022, we have 4 games for you this week. Kansas City and the Tigers are on the docket this afternoon. The Tigers 5.5 out in the American League East. The Royals holding on to a slim lead over the California Angels. Walt Terrell and Danny Jackson get the call for you from Tiger Stadium in a moment. Tomorrow, 11:30, note the time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:30 Pacific Time for a doubleheader between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds. So those are the first 3 games of the week, and then I forgot what I picked for the Saturday game. There's not some great matchups coming up. So the setup here is, of course, the Tigers are in that 5-way battle royale with the Red Sox, Blue Jays, Orioles, and Yankees for the American League East. The Royals, Angels, and A's are in a 3-way fight for the American League West. In the National League, it's just Los Angeles and St. Louis. We'll get to that in the middle of the 4th inning. So the Royals in first place, 55-43. The Tigers, 53-45. A rematch, of course, of the 1984 American League Championship Series, which the Tigers swept and go on to win the World Series. If history goes to form, then that would be the case again this year. The Royals, if they do, winning the American League Championship Series and then going on to win the World Series. So in real life, it's 84 versus 85. The Tigers and the Royals next on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1985. Today, from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, Michigan, it's the Detroit Tigers versus the Kansas City Royals. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalNice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So, on a beautiful day in Detroit, 80 degrees, winds blowing out the left at 10 on this Wednesday afternoon, the last day of July, the 31st. We start August tomorrow with that doubleheader between the Dodgers and the Reds, 11:30 Eastern. Let's tell you about Walt Terrell, 27 years old, a fastball pitcher at 89, and a ground ball plus pitcher. He is making his 22nd start of the year, and one of the main reasons why the Tigers are hanging in there in the American League East is because of Terrell. He's 11-3 with an earned run average of 296. Second start against the Royals. They beat him earlier this year. His last start, come on, hit the button. There you go. His last start was against the Twins on July 26th. So going on regular rest, a 4-3 win. He went 7 2/3 through 119 pitches, 11 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Overall, Walt has thrown 155 innings, 143 hits, 61 runs, 51 earned. Given up 3 homers, he's walked 60 and struck out 71. That start, by the way, against the Royals came on April 20th, his first loss of the year. He, however, struck out 9 in that ballgame. So here's a lineup he'll face. Willie Wilson leads off in center for Kansas City. Lonnie Smith in left will bat second. George Brett at third will bat third. Hal McRae, the DH, cleans up. Frank White at second will bat fifth. Steve Balboni at first will go sixth. Darryl Motley in right will bat seventh. John Wathan gets the call behind the plate. No Sundberg today. He'll bat eighth. And the man, the myth, the legend, Onyx Concepcion will play short rather, and bat ninth. Danny Jackson, the rookie, the lefty, should go about 115 pitches if all goes well. Defensively for the Tigers, Larry Herndon an 8 and a 4 in left. Chet Lemon is a 7 and a 4 in center, and Kirk Gibson is a 4 and a 5 in right. Tom Brookins a 5 at third. Alan Trammell an 8 at short. No Lou Whitaker today. I think that's with the lefty Jackson on the mound. Flynn is a 7 at second. Darrell Evans is a 3 at first. Lance Parrish behind the plate. He's a 6 and a 6. And Walt Terrell is a 7 on the mound with a .970 fielding percentage. Games 89 for both the Tigers and the Royals. Willie Wilson steps in at 255, 4 homers, and 30 RBI. He has 12 triples and can hit as many as 21. And so this one starts with a ground ball up the middle, over the mound, Flynn on the grass, over to Evans, and there is one out. Here's Lonnie Smith. Lonnie on a 9-game hitting streak for Kansas City. 266, 2 homers, and 22 RBI. Terrell's pitch, Smith, and that hitting streak is going to go to 10 as it jumps over the glove of Flynn. And so that's the first base runner, one out for Brett. Pickle Rick time. There you go. Remember, tomorrow is a double dose of Pickle Rick time. The Dodgers and the Reds at 11:30. Brett at 327. George, 21 homers, but just 54 RBI. Smith on first. One out, top the first. Pitch to Brett. There's a chopper to Terrell. Walt's only play is to first for the out. By the way, if you're a fan of shootout hockey, the 2021-22 season was released, and old Pickle Rick lover himself simmed the Final Four, and Edmonton had a lot better luck in Dave's replay than they did in real life. There will be no Stanley Cup in Edmonton, only on Dave's table. Speaking of other Daves, how you doing, Big Dave? 1174. So Smith with a big lead off a second, 2 out for McRae. Hal at 296, 12 homers, and 28 RBI. Throw to Flynn at second. Smith is out. They got him. They got him leading. He had too big of a lead. It goes 1-4 on the pickoff. That's a Pickle Rick for you. After half an inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. Kansas City nothing. Here come the Tigers. So Danny Jackson, the rookie for Kansas City, 23 years old. Ground ball plus pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 88. Making his 20th start of the year. 10-7 the record, but his ERA is high. It's 4.5. That's a full run over his real-life total. He pitched against the Tigers once and was hammered. Took a no decision. His last start was against Cleveland on July 26. In fact, he's won his last 5 decisions. 1 against Oakland and 2 against Baltimore and Cleveland. Against the Indians on the 26th, he went 7 innings in an 8-7 win, but he allowed all 7 Tribe runs in over 116 pitches, 11 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. He gave up a homer. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. So overall, 126 innings for Danny, 133 hits, 73 runs, 63 earned, 8 home runs allowed. He walked 71 and struck out 75. He has not had a start where his ERA has gone under 3. The closest came against Baltimore on July 6th, or under 4 rather, when his ERA dipped to 4.10. But despite winning the last 5 decisions, he hasn't pitched all that well. This will be the lineup he'll face. Tom Brookins is at third. He'll lead off. Alan Trammell at short will bat second. Kirk Gibson in right hits third. Lance Parrish cleans up. behind the plate. Barbaro Garbe, the DH for Sparky Anderson. Yeah, it's a great stadium, Dave. Absolutely. He's a DH. He'll bat fifth. Larry Herndon in left will go sixth. Darrell Evans at first will bat seventh. Lemon in center will bat eighth. And I believe that's Doug Flynn at second will bat ninth. Walt Terrell threw 10 pitches in the first. Lonnie Smith, by the way, is a 4 and a 5 and left as we set the Royal defense for you. Willie Wilson an 8 and an 8 in center. Darrell Motley a 3 and a 4 in right. George Brett a 7 at third. Onyx Concepcion an 8 at short. Frank White an 8 at second. Steve Balboni a 5 at first. John Watson a 7 and a 3 behind the plate. And Jackson is a 4 range and a fielding percentage of .921. Tiger Stadium, by the way, originally known as Navin Field, opened in 1912, the same year as Fenway Park. Brookins at 263. Tom has 4 homers and 29 RBI. Brookins swings. It's a ground ball right up the box. Jackson throws to first, and that's how this one starts. 1 out. Alan Trammell at 294. 9 homers and 46 RBI on a 6-game hitting streak. Make it 7. That's down the line. Extra bases. Lonnie Smith has to go fish it out of the corner. Trammell is going to go for 2. The throw to second is cut off by Concepcion. And for Allen, that's now a 15-game hit, or 15th double of the year. Brings up helps if you look at the right side, Ron. Kirk Gibson, lefty versus lefty. Kirk at 247, 11 homers, and 49 RBI. As we said, this is game 89 for the Tigers. And Gibson, if he's going to match his 29 real-life homers, needs to start pounding some baseballs. Jackson deals, and Gibson draws the walk. So first and second, bottom of the first, no score. And now I'll bring up Lance Parrish. Lance at 256, 14 homers, and 40 and 58 RBI. Hope your Tuesday's going well. It's a beautiful 80-degree day, not only at Tiger Stadium, but in Burlington, Vermont. So first and second, 1 out. And that gets away from Watson on ball 4. And Jackson has loaded the bases for Barbaro Garbe. Barbie at 210. 2 homers and 9 RBI. John Goodell, how are you? Nice to have you along. So Trammell on third. Gibson on second. They'll score on a base hit. Parrish on first. Jackson, it's safe to say, has scuffled. Pitch to Garbe. There's a base hit right field. Trammell will score. Motley will pick it up. Gibby rounds third. And Alex Grammas will hold him right there. So Motley with a late jump should have had it. But the Tigers get in 1. It's 1-0. So Gibson and Parrish move up 90. Garbe with decent speed on first for Larry Herndon. Larry at 225. Oh, nice. 3 homers and 19 RBI. Tuesday afternoon baseball. Let's go. John says I've not been able to get on the stream since Memorial Day. It's only been a week. Thanks for doing the same day Indy 500. That was fun. Spidey climbing the wall for the 5th time. Your sunburned self watched after going to the real race. There are very few sporting events I think that are must-sees in person. I would think that the Indy 500 would be there. And the guy that won had such a great restart after the red. That was wonderful. All right, so they're loaded, 1 out, 1-0 Tigers. Pitch to Herndon, Larry. That's going to get home at least 1. Smith going back to the base of the track, makes the catch. Gibson tags and scores without a throw, and it's now 2-0 Detroit with 2 out. Unfortunately for the Tigers, it's lefty versus lefty. Darrell Evans at 246. 17 homers. Remember, he had 40 in real life and is driven in 47. So the Tigers not getting the power numbers you'd think that they would need, but yet they're right in the thick of it here in the American League East. Pitch to Evans. Darrell draws the walk. Boy, this has been a bad inning for Danny Jackson. So he's now walked 3, has thrown 37 pitches, and here's Lemon. Chester at 235, 10 homers and 39 RBI. So Parrish on third, Garbe on second, and the wily veteran Evans on first. Tigers have the Royals right on the ropes with 2 outs in the first. Lemon into right, Motley, and the Tigers are going to leave them loaded. They do, however, get 2 on 2 hits and no errors. They strand all 3 after 1. Tigers 2, Royals nothing. So for Danny Jackson, 40 pitches to get through that first inning. Walt Terrell will face Hal McRae, Frank White, and Steve Balboni. McRae, 296, 12 homers, and 28 RBI. Terrell winds and deals, and McRae punches that one into left field into no man's land. And for the Royals, that is their second hit. Brings up Frank White, 269, 16 homers, 65 RBI. There's a fly ball left field. Herndon going way back there, and we are tied up. White caught the jet stream, the wind blowing straight out to left at 10, and White rode that one into the upper deck. 405 feet, and it's 2-2. White just absolutely crushed that ball. And so for Frank, that's number 17 on the year. That ball was crushed. Brings up Balboni, Steve at 244, 20 homers, and 63 RBI. Terrell trying to get his wits about him, strikes him out. A 2-2 breaking ball, swung on and missed, 1 out. Brings up Darrell Motley, 236, 8 homers, and 27 RBI. Motley into left center. Back goes Lemon and Herndon, and that ball is off the wall. So Motley's in with a double, his 11th of the year. Herndon, that ball kind of died out there, and Herndon went from thinking he was just watching it go to actually maybe having a play. He leapt, but that wall out there is not padded. There is an auxiliary scoreboard and clock out there in left center field, and it kind of hit that and skirted away. So Motley on second, 1 out for Wathen. John at 250, 2 homers and 12 RBI. Terrell's pitch, right up the box. Flinner over to first for the out. So Motley moves to third. 2 out for Concepcion. Onyx kind of hitting like one. 175, 3 homers, and 18 RBI. Motley on third. Big inning for the Royals on the White home run. Pitch to Concepcion. Little bounder to first. Evans can't play it. Motley scores, and the Royals go up 3-2. Just took a funny hop on the grass, and Evans had the glove in the wrong spot. And by the time he had it, Concepcion was standing on first. So that will score the run. That is an unearned run, and it's now 3-2 Royals. And as easy as Terrell had it in the first inning, it's all come undone here in the second. Opening 9 for Terrell on 40 pitches. Inning and 2/3. The 4 hits. The home run from White. Only 2 of the 3 runs are earned, and he struck out a man. Willie Wilson is 0 for 1. Pitch to Willie. There goes Concepcion. A throw down to Trammell, and Onyx has it stolen. Wow. Coin flip chance there, and it landed on heads for Onyx. That's his 4th. Willie Wilson, by the way, sitting on an 8-game hitting streak. So the Royals have turned it around in a hurry here in the 2nd. Gets away from Parrish, and Concepcion moves to 3rd. The wild pitch was way inside. Wilson had to jump out of the way, and Parrish had to play it off the hop off the backstop. So 1-1 account. Pitch to Wilson. Willie hits a ground ball right side past Evans. Concepcion scores, and it's 4-2 Kansas City. So that brings up Lonnie Smith, who has singled his first time up 1 for 1. Throw to first. Wilson is back. Terrell's already thrown out 1 runner on second. In fact, it was Lonnie Smith. Pitch to Lonnie. Struck him out. So 2 strikeouts sandwiched around 4 runs, 4 hits, and an error. Inning and a half in the books. A lot brighter in Kansas City. They lead 4-2. Yeah, the Royal with the toothpick in his mouth was indeed UL Washington. And every time they'd get on Game of the Week and they would get the close-up of UL's mouth, by the way, that is Doug Flynn, 308, no homers, and 3 RBI, with Brookins and Trammell to follow here in the 2nd. So Washington would have the toothpick in his mouth like he had just eaten some ribs or something like that. And Joe Garagiola telling us kids, now you kids, he's an adult, he can do that. You can't. Don't play that way, because that really is the metaphysical equivalent of running with a sharp stick in your mouth. Flynn in the right field. Motley, 1 out. Tom Brookins is 0 for 1. I'm surprised that they let him do that. Here, let's send you up to the plate, where we're going to throw 85, 90-mile-an-hour pitches very close to you, as you have a splinter hanging out of your mouth. Brookins is 0 for 1. Jackson's opening 9, an inning in the 3rd, 44 pitches, 2 hits, 3 walks, no strikeouts, and both the runs are earned. Down the line, extra bases. Smith will play that off a hop off the wall. Brookins is going to get at least 2. He's going to try for 3rd to throw to Brett, and Tom is out. So a bad play by Brett to have the ball get past him, and Brookins got greedy and ran right into the waiting glove of George Brett. So give him a double, and then thrown out trying to take the stretch it into a triple. So it goes 7-5 on the out. Here's Alan Trammell. He doubled and scored in the 1st. Jackson winds and deals, and this time Trammell draws the walk. So the Tigers was pressing that. Here's Kirk Gibson. Kirk walked and scored in the 1st. Who was it? It was Turk Wendell. Wasn't he the crazy relief pitcher who pitched with a shark tooth necklace? Ooh. We're going to try it? We're going to try it. So Trammell, gonna go. Wathan does not have a great arm to throw down to Concepcion, and Allen's got his 10th of the year. So Trammell steals that very easily, and he'd score on a hit. Which we said Gibby walked and scored his first time up. Jackson from the stretch. Line drive, foul. Somebody from Pontiac made that catch. And you know what? He turned around and said to his girlfriend afterwards, "I build excitement." 0-2 the count. 4-2 Royals, second inning. Gibby struck him out. Jackson got him to look at one on the outside corner. Tigers have left 4 on through 2. Uh-oh. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the third, 4-2, Kansas City. So Brett, McRae, and White to face Terrell in the third. George in the right center. Lemon. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 1 out. Here's Hal McRae. Hal singled and scored. I'm trying to think, did anyone else play with a toothpick in their mouth? UL's the one I remember. Got him. Terrell got him to swing and miss at a fastball that was out of the zone. 2 out. So that's 3 for Walt. Here's White. Frank sent one across the Ambassador his first time up. An upper deck job that traveled over 400 feet into left. 2 out, nobody on, top the third. White hits a ground ball to first. Evans on the dirt, takes it to the bag, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Terrell gets a clean third after 2.5, 4-2 Royals. So Jackson to face Parrish, Garbey, and Herndon. Lance walked his first time up. So for those of you watching the Stanley Cup playoffs, were you surprised that the Avalanche swept the Oilers? And if you weren't, in baseball, you get all out of sync when you miss a bunch of time. The Rangers Lightning series is guaranteed to go 5. And I bet that goes a lot more than 5. That's the worst picture of Dodger Stadium you've ever seen. Well, and tomorrow's is going to look a lot like Riverfront. Mr. Howard. Parrish hits a little looper in the left. That's going to drop for a hit. In baseball, you want to keep playing, to keep fresh. But there's going to be a bit of a delay now that the Avs have won that series. To find out whether they get the Rangers or the Lightning. If Tampa wins, the least they could do it in a 6. Here's Garbey. Barbaro singled a home run in the first. Ground ball to second. Might be 2. White over to Concepcion for 1. And that's it. No throw to first. Garbey reaches on the 4th. 6 fielder's choice. And now I'll bring up Herndon. Larry. Sack fly his first time up. We're going to show you the standings in a minute. Mr. Howard will be happy. To short. Concepcion. White. Balboni. 6-4-3. No runs, a hit. The Tigers don't leave anybody on after 3. 4-2 KC. Yeah, I heard that. It was the ref, the former ref in the booth, that dropped the F-bomb. It's cable. Wouldn't you just love, just once, just one game? You could do it on HBO, I suppose, or Showtime, or whatever, like a Pat McAfee game or something like that. And they just kind of be brutally honest about wording things. I'm not going to get into the language, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. for basketball, you could have it would be. I mean, Ernie Johnson would be rinsing out his ears for about 6 weeks after that. But can you imagine Barkley and Shaq doing that? Just being honest about what they could say. Balboni struck out his first time up. This time it's a ground ball left side for a base hit. 6th hit for the Royals. Here's Motley. Darrell doubled and scored. And that 4-run outburst in the second. That would be a great pay-per-view, wouldn't it? Imagine you could do it for one of the NBA Finals games. You get Barkley and Bill Walton together. You wouldn't need to do play-by-play. Pitch to Darrell. To third. Brookins going to try to get the runner at second. Only play, however, is at first. The throw to Evans is not in time, and Botley's beating it out. So first and second, nobody out for John Wathan, who's 0 for 1. Those of you who grew up in New England know the name Derek Sanderson. He would have been perfect for that in hockey. It doesn't matter who's calling the play-by-play. Sanderson and Mike Milbury. Maybe Jeremy Roenick. Yeah. I'd buy it just to hear it. Pitch to Wathan. He drops one down. Parrish throws to Flynn covering, and that's an out. But Balboni and Motley move up 90. 1 out for Onyx Concepcion. Onyx stole his 4th base of the year earlier. Don Cherry, uncensored. Yeah, Turk Wendell. Yeah, that would have. Wow, that would have been a lock up the women and children type stream or broadcast. So second and third, 1 out. Concepcion, he will swing, and that will get down over Evans's head. Balboni scores. Motley holds at third, and it's 5-2. I have a feeling Mr. Howard is watching on delay. Here's Willie Wilson. So that's the 5th run for the Royals. Willie is 1 for 2. An RBI and a single. Terrell, 18 batters, 3 1/3 innings, 73 pitches. 8 hits. A home run, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Any broadcast team covering a game with Angel Hernandez behind the plate would be... Can you imagine? I would just put the Mets guys on, Gary, Keith, and Ron. I mean, could you imagine Keith Hernandez unplugged? A doubleheader with Angel doing the second game behind the plate. You'd make millions. You'd make absolute millions doing that. Pitch to Willie Wilson. There's a ground ball to second. Flynn, they're going to try for 2. Trammell for 1. The throw to Evans, and they double off Wilson. How about that? But the Royals get another run. They don't leave anybody on. Bottom 4, 5-2 Royals. No Steeler fan today. Probably a good thing when he sees these standings. We'll see how long it takes D. Scott Howard to react. The Dodgers have won 8 of 10. The Astros have lost 9 of 10. And so the largest spread in all of baseball is now the National League West at 14 ahead of Houston, 14.5 ahead of Cincinnati. That is just stunning. The Cardinals, the Expos, and the Mets all have won 6 of 10, but there's no change in the order for St. Louis. They're still up 11 on Montreal. Now, there's only 4 teams in the entire National League with a winning record. And if 50-50 isn't really your cup of tea, there's only 3 teams in the National League with a winning record. In the American League, there are 8. Kansas City has won 7 of 10, but Jack Morris shut them out in yesterday's game. They are 4.5 up on Oakland, 5.5 up on the slumping Angels. And in the East, Boston, Toronto, the Yankees, Tigers, and Orioles are all in that dog pile, and they're all playing winning baseball. Midlife Crisis has the fortune of hearing Larry Anderson. There's a good reason why he's not on TV now, because he doesn't mince words. You gotta be careful with that. I gotta take a drink. Evans, by the way, walked his first time up. You gotta be careful with that, because at some point you just come across as old man yelling at cloud, telling the neighbor's kids to get off his lawn. Pitch to Evans. Ball 4. So Evans draws another walk. Here's Lemon. Chet is 0 for 1. Tigers trailing 5-2 here in the 4th. And Jackson walks Lemon. So the Royals have given Danny a huge lead. And Jackson has proceeded to promptly walk 6 batters. Here's Flynn. He's 0 for 1. He's not necessarily a great hitter, but he'll have to do here. Watson goes out to remind Jackson that to throw the ball in the strike zone every once in a while. Flynn hits a ground ball. Jackson trying for 2. White for 1. Balboni for 2. How about that? So 1-4-3 double play, and that's why they call it the pitcher's best friend. So Evans moves to third. Here's Brookins. Tom 1 for 2 and a double. So Jackson's opening 18 on 83 pitches, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 6 walks. The 2 runs are earned and a strikeout. And Anderson does come off as Abraham Simpson. Get off my lawn. It's time for bad luck. Leave me alone. He just hates umpires. I don't think anyone has a kind word to say about Angel Hernandez, though. Pitch to Brookins. And Jackson struck him out. So after Wathan went out and said, you got to throw strikes, Jackson does. No runs, no hits. The Tigers leave a runner on third. We go to the 5th, 5-2 Kansas City. So Smith, Brett, and McRae here in the 5th. Terrell has not pitched well. Smith 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. We start the 5th. Ground ball to third. Brookins across the way. 1 out. Brings up George Brett. George is 0 for 2. Ground ball to short. Trammell in the hole. Across the way for the out. Tin Flash, by the way, is our newest follower. He is number 230 on the channel. We have now 9 paying subs as well. But Tin Flash, I like that name. Here's Hal McRae. Hal 1 for 2. Has singled, struck out, and scored. Terrell winds and deals. That's high and deep into left. Herndon, that ball lost something. He gets it hook in the foul territory and makes the catch. Halfway home on a Tuesday afternoon. Royals 5, Tigers 2. So, you joined us late. Here's how we got here. Lonnie Smith now has a 10-game hitting streak. He singled in the first, then was picked off at second base. The Tigers, we thought, were going to go great guns. They sent 8 to the plate in the bottom of the first. Barbero Garbe with an RBI single to score Alan Trammell to make it 1-0. Then Larry Herndon with a sac fly to make it 2-0. And then back stormed the Royals. Elizabeth and her marmalade sandwich. Oh, no, not that kind of Royal. They sent 8 to the plate. Frank White, a 2-run homer to tie the game at 2. One that just was very deep into the upper deck in left field. Onyx Concepcion, a fielder's choice, gave the Royals a 3-2 lead. Then Willie Wilson singled home a run to make it 4-2. In the fourth, Onyx Concepcion, an RBI single to bring home Steve Balboni to make it 5-2, and that's where we stand now. Danny Jackson, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He has walked 6, however, while striking out 2. Terrell, 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them are earned. He has given up the home run to White, hasn't walked anybody, and struck out 3. Trammell leads off the 5th. Allen, a double, a walk, and his 10th stolen base, along with a run scored. Jackson starts the 5th with a pop-up right side. Balboni going out. Motley coming in. That's Balboni's 1 out. Brings up Gibby. Kirk walked, struck out, scored, and is 0 for 1. And he walks again. So Jackson's control, well, it's just not been there. That's a 7th walk. Brings up Lance Parrish. Speaking of walks, he has walked and singled 1 for 1. Gibson is going to go. Watson will throw down to wide, and Gibby has his 18th of the year. So, even in Detroit, Sparky uses some speed. So, runner on second, 1 out. Gibson could conceivably steal here. They're going to pitch to Parrish. Lance, that's in the left. That's too shallow to move Gibson. Lonnie rides the Schwinn, makes the catch. Gibson goes back to tag and will hold. And there's 2 out for Garbe. Barbaro, 1 for 2. Single and RBI. Tigers need a run. Jackson deals. Gonna be over the head of White and caught by Willie Wilson. So that'll do it. Kind of one of those chalkboard outs for you. Fly ball to center. Wilson's there, makes the catch. No runs, no hits. They leave another runner on. We go to the 6th. It's 5-2, Kansas City. So White, Balboni, and Motley to face Terrell. Frank, a home run in the left center his first time up. That was in the second. Popped up behind the plate. Parrish to the screen, and he will make the catch. Nope, he runs out of room. That hits that chicken wire screen there, and the count goes to 2-2. For White, that homer was his 17th, and he's now driven in 67 on the season. The 2-2. Into right, Gibson comes in. Kirk in shallow right makes the catch. 1 out. Brings up Balboni. Steve 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. He has also scored. Terrell to third. Brookins over to Evans. And Balboni is out by an eyelash. They got him on the bang banger. 2 out. Talk about people who didn't mince words while calling games. Johnny Most, of course, for the Boston Celtics. Just to hear him talk about Bill Lamb beer stories had been worth the pay-per-view or pay-per-listen. But the late, of course, Tommy Heinsohn, who was the Celtics color man on TV, did and play-by-play for a while. You throw a couple of Tom Collins at him, that would have been entertaining, huh? Here's Darryl Motley. Darryl 2 for 2. He is single, doubled, and a run scored. Can you imagine Harry Carey in an environment like that, especially after the stroke? Pitch to Motley. There's a ground ball to first. Evans steadies himself, takes it to the bag, and that will retire the side. Royals go in order. Bottom 6, 5-2. And yet you can be a homer, be like a Chick Hearn all those years for the Lakers, and be critical. But can you just imagine Harry Carey doing a Cubs game in an uncensored pay-per-view? It'll be Herndon, Evans, and Lemon. Larry, 0 for 1. Shaq fly has grounded into a double play as well. There's a high fly ball to left. Smith runs over in the corner. That's going to be close. That is gone. So Herndon with a solo shot to start the bottom of the 6th. B. Scott Howard's caught up to us. Harry after the 3rd or 4th beer. 5-3, by the way, on Herndon's 4th of the year. With all the walks that Jackson has given up today, the fact that this is still a Kansas City lead is pretty impressive. Chet Lemon coming up as soon as Herndon reruns the bases. My understanding, Mr. Howard, is that Harry pretty much did some of those after 3rd or 4th beers games with Jimmy Pearsall on the south side with the White Sox. Evans, by the way, has walked twice. Lemon on deck. Pitch. That's a base hit. That's gone. Oh, my goodness. That ball did cross the Ambassador into Windsor. Oh, my goodness. Upper deck, dead center field. Back to back, and it's 5-4. So Jackson, who only gave up 7 in real life in 208 innings, has just allowed his 10th in 131 and his 3rd today. Oh, goodness gracious, Buffy St. Marie, and the game froze. And the game froze. Well, isn't that special? We'll be back. Right after you see this trouble slide. That wasn't Lemon's homer, that was Evans. Well, here we go. We got it back. Here's Lemon. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. So we won't show you the home run again because it froze the game. That ball was hit so hard that it broke the game. So here's Lemon. He's got to feel kind of either 10 feet tall here. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Pickle Rick doesn't crash. No, but I bet she's popped a few Pickle Ricks. Vinyl doesn't feel all that good. Pitch to Lemon. And there's a pop-up left side, all that for Chet, and he's going to foul out to Concepcion. By the tarp, 1 out. Here's Flinner. Doug is 0 for 2. He's running into a double play. Evans in 85 wasn't too shabby against lefties, although Darrell has vastly underperformed in this replay. 5-4, although he didn't underperform on that home run. Flynn hits a ground ball to short. Concepcion across the way for the out. So 2 out for Tom Brookins. Only 2 homers for the Tigers today, not 3, by the way. Brookins 1 for 3, a double and a strikeout. So Jackson, in a day that he pretty much wants to forget, he's in line for the win, by the way. 116 pitches for his opening 27. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 2 homers. He has walked 7 and struck out 2. But the amazing thing is, the walks really haven't hurt him. They haven't helped. Brookins hits a ground ball left side for a base hit. Not 3 yet. He's at 120 pitches. Let's see what they do. Here's Trammell. Allen 1 for 2, a double, a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Throw to first, and Brookins is back. So 2 out, and now a 5-4 game. Jackson deals, and Trammell strikes out. He got him to look at an off-speed pitch for strike 3, but the Tigers get 2 mammoth homers, especially one by Darrell Evans. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. To the 7th we go, 5-4, Kansas City. So Watson, Concepcion, and Wilson to face Terrell here in the 7th. Watson is 0 for 1. Terrell giving me the fatigue warning. That's in his shallow left. Herndon 1 out. So brings up Concepcion. Onyx 1 for 2, by the way. An RBI, a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Terrell deals. Ground ball to third. Brookins strong arms it over to first. 2 out. Oh, you know what? I haven't downloaded the baseball update yet either. There is one now for Action PC Baseball, and I don't know what it fixes. This is a pretty stable edition. Here's Willie Wilson, 1 for 3. Willie has a single and an RBI. Terrell, 27 batters deep, 105 pitches, 6 2/3, 8 hits. The home run was to White, and he has struck out 3. Pitch to Wilson. Willie hits that one into right center field. Lemon will pick it up off a hop. He's going for 2. The throw to second, not in time. So Wilson has his 16th double of the year. And now I'll bring up Lonnie Smith. Lonnie 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. And he walked. They'd like to get one more out here and not have to bring in a reliever to the 8th. Here's Brett. George is 0 for 3. Terrell, that's his first walk of the afternoon. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Royals. They have left on 2. Tigers, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and they have stranded 7. So Wilson on second, Smith on first. Terrell deals to Brett, and George strikes out. Stretch time, 5-4. And whether Mike Lacoste knows it or not, it's the beginning of his farewell tour here in Kansas City. He's only here till the 7th, so that's a strike, actually. Last pitched on the 28th against the Indians. Faced 2 batters. Retired 1 by the strikeout and a hit through 5 pitches. 25 and a third innings for Mike. 29 hits for the righty. 17 runs, 14 earned. The 1 homer was against the White Sox way back on May 30th. He walked 13 and struck out 21. 1-1 with a save and a 4.97 ERA. Interesting enough, as he's making his 21st appearance, that record, that 1-1, came against the Tigers. They beat him once and he beat them once. So righty versus lefty, that's good news for Gibson, who is 0 for 1. He has walked twice, struck out, stolen a base, and scored. 5-4 Royals as we start the bottom of the 7th. And Gibson draws a walk. And Gibby has good speed. They're going to wait to see what Lacoste does. Parrish, 1 for 2. Lance is singled and walked. Kansas City led 5-2 in the 4th. They throw to first. Gibson is gone. They got him. So Lacoste, the righty, spun around and got Gibson leaning the wrong way. So 1 out for Parrish. Lance has walked and singled 1 for 2. I know in Midlife Crisis's 72 replay, all the closers performed as in real life except for saves. That's been an issue for a while. The PC was using them in tight situations like the 6th, 7th, or 8th in real life, but then was pulling them in the 9th. Plus, back then, the save rule was a lot more, lenient. But the game doesn't recognize the old save rules before the current save rule. I was hoping that they fixed it. I emailed them and posted it online and received no response. If there is an Achilles heel in action PC baseball, it is how relievers are used by the game. As in, not always the right rules. Pitch to Parrish. Into left field. Wilson and Smith move over. Lonnie calls for it, makes the catch, 2 out. So Gibson being thrown out at first looms rather large now. Here's Garbe, 1 for 3, a single and RBI. His 10th. Base hit left field. Smith will cut it off. Another bad play by George Brett. So a 2-out single. That's the 8th hit for Detroit. Here's Herndon. Larry homered in the 6th. Down the line and left. So the tying run is on with 2 out here in the 7th. Herndon, the go-ahead run, has a base hit into left field. That was ripped through the hole. And Garbe will hold at second. Don't run yourself out of the inning with 2 out. So here's Darrell Evans. Evans sent one into Windsor his last time up. It said 421 feet. It really was closer to 500 as he put that into the upper deck in the bleachers almost in dead center. Lacoste's pitch, and there's a ground ball to White. Detroit will get nothing out of this as they throw the first is in time. The Tigers get 2 hits and leave 2 on. We go to the 8th. It's 5-4 Kansas City. And so a new pitcher's coming in. Oh, really? Can I do it? Yeah. Randy O'Neal will come in for the Tigers. 5-4 with a 4.12 ERA. He's only been with the club since the 2nd of June. Has a couple starts left in him before he goes to the bullpen for the rest of the year. Randy is 25 years old, a fastball pitcher, 89, and a flyball pitcher. 5-4 with an earner on average of 4.12. Come on, hit the button. He has won his last 4 decisions, including a 10-9 thriller over Minnesota on July 27th. So it's going on his regular pitch day. 6 1/3 innings, 105 pitches, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. So overall, and again, these are all starts. This is his first relief appearance. 59 innings, 51 hits, 29 runs, 27 earned. The home run came against the Yankees on the 21st of June. He has walked 28 and struck out 30. So McRae, White, and Balboni. McRae 1 for 3. He has singled, struck out, and scored. And Dane Org is going to pinch hit. Computer might want that one back. Org as a DH, 191 now, a homer and 5 RBI. Pitch. There's a base hit. I guess I was the one that was wrong. Org digging for 2, and he is in there with his 4th double of the year, and the Royals go to their bench again. They're going to pinch run Pat Sheridan. Sheridan not a threat to steal, but certainly is a threat to score on a single. So here's White. Frank 1 for 3. He homered into the upper deck and left in the 2nd. Sheridan on 2nd. Struck him out. O'Neill got him to look at a curve. So 1 out for Balboni, who was 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. O'Neill kicks and deals. Popped up left side. Herndon rides the Schwinn. Larry's there. Makes the catch. Sheridan holds at 2nd. And there's 2 out for Motley. Darrell having himself a pretty good day. 2 for 3. Has single, doubled, and scored. Stays in the game. Drops one down. And is going to get the infield single. That was kind of an excuse me check swing. Well, Parrish picked it up, realized he wasn't going to get anybody, and figured that O'Neill would have a better chance to retire John Wathan, who was 0 for 2. So Sheridan on 3rd, Motley on 1st, 2 out, 8th inning. 5-4 Kansas City. Pitch to Wathan. There's a ground ball to 3rd. Brookins goes across the way, and O'Neill keeps the door closed. The Royals get no runs on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-4 Kansas City. Now, Mr. Howard, tomorrow, 8:30 Pacific. Dodgers-Reds doubleheader as we bring in the month of August right here on Retro Sports Network. So Lemon, where's Gardner? Lemon's up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Flynn, who we probably will pinch hit for, and Brookins to face Lacoste here in the 8th. Quisenberry getting loose in the Kansas City pen. You'll set the alarm. Yep, 18 innings of Dodger baseball tomorrow. Pitch to Lemon. Struck him out. Dave set him up, and Chet swung on. Check swing on an 0-2 fastball, 1 out. So, we won't pinch hit Flinner here. Yeah, we will. Brings up Whittaker. 10-game hitting streak for Lou. 276, 16 homers, 50 RBI. 5-4 Royals in the 8th. Lacoste deals. Base hit right field. So the tying run is on. Motley throws it back in. Whittaker has a pinch hit single. He now has an 11-game hitting streak. Brings up Brookins. Tom is 2 for 4. He has singled, doubled, and struck out. No, they're all going to rest for the strike next week, but they're not resting for the playoffs yet. Pitch to Brookins. Got him. 2-2 fastball looking at 93. So 2 out for Trammell. Allen 1 for 3. Doubled, stole a base, walked, struck out, and scored. Lacoste steals. Trammell into right. Motley will be there. What a crew he is. And that will retire the side. We go to the 9th inning here in Detroit. No runs, a hit, no errors. Royals 5, Tigers 4. Well, to the surprise of absolutely no one, Lou Whitaker stays in the game a second. He's an 8. He'll bat 9th. So Concepcion, Wilson, and Smith. O'Neill goes the 2nd inning. It literally was about 2 weeks ago in our streams that the Astros were giving the Dodgers not necessarily a hard time, but we're keeping it close. The Dodgers now have the largest lead of any of the 4 divisions at 14 games. It would be 78 Yankee-esque at this point. Pitch to Concepcion. Line drive to Trammell, 1 out. It'll be Gibson, Parrish, and Garbe for the Tigers in the 9th. Willie Wilson, 2 for 4. Single, double, RBI, and grounded into a double play. Popped up, right side. Gibson, 2 out. I've tentatively have finished the schedule for the rest of the regular season. And I don't want to stop showing National League games. But honestly, there's no race. Lonnie 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, and struck out. There's a ground ball to Trammell. Allen throws to first for the out. And so the Royals go quietly in the 9th. Dan Quisenberry on to lock the door. Bottom 9, 5-4 Royals. So Quiz has saved 19 and 21 chances. This is his 37th appearance of the year. You can see midlife crisis. Quisenberry isn't going to get his innings. They don't have that many games left. Against the Tigers, his 6th appearance, 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 strikeouts, and 3 saves for an earned run average of 270. Hasn't pitched in this series, lost to the Indians on the 28th, 8-4. A bad outing for Quiz. 2 1/3, 44 pitches, 7 hits, all 4 runs were earned in a strikeout. 58 innings overall for Quisenberry, 74 hits, 23 runs, 21 earned, 3 homers. He walked 8 and struck out 28. 5 6 on the year, 19 saves, and a 3.26 ERA. Does not say when he blew his last save. Gibson has walked 3 times on the ceiling if you walked him, twice on the pipe if the answer is no. A strikeout, he's over. That's his at bat. He's scored and stolen a base. Did you use Action PC? Final 6 weeks, Rose used Browning and Soto like 6 to 8 times on 3 days rest. I think the game has that built in just because of, I believe the way their fatigue works on the pitch count is based on innings pitched and how many they've thrown. PC used the heck out of Quiz and Beckwith, underused the starters. The good thing for Kansas City is they play a lot of meaningful baseball coming down the stretch. For the Reds, although the computer will emulate what Rose did, yeah, all those walks and left and, well, it's not over yet, but yeah, I see it. It won't matter if no one can get within 10 of the Dodgers. but the Reds' chance starts tomorrow. So Gibson's ready. Yeah, Danny Jackson walked 8,000, but he stands to get the win if Quisenberry can get the next three. Ground ball to White. Frank over to first. 1 out. Here's Lance Parrish. Lance is single. 1 for 3 with a walk. And a high ground ball to Concepcion. Has to hurry over to first. Balboni's there. 2 out. So for the Tigers, last chance saloon. So who have they got? Who can hit a righty? Well, the answer is they're going to go with Garbet. You can make an argument here for Johnny Grubb, but his average is only 248. You're looking at this outcome box. Garbet's is 275. Action PC. Okay. So, last chance saloon for the Tigers. 5-4 Royals. 2 out, bottom of the ninth. Quisenberry deals, and there's a ground ball to Dan over to Balboni, and the Royals have won this one 5-4. So 5 runs, 11 hits. No errors. Some bad defense by the Royals, especially George Brett, but they leave on 6 and go to 56 and 43. Tigers 4 runs, 10 hits, and an error as they fall to 53 and 46. But they left on 10. You too, John. They had 8 walks and couldn't really take advantage. Danny Jackson goes to 11 and 7. 6 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs all earned. The homers to Herndon and Evans. He walked 7 and struck out 3. Walt Terrell, 7 innings, 9 hits. 5 runs, 3 earned. The home run to White. 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. That's your digital dice player of the game, by the way. Walked 1 and struck out 4. Randy O'Neal, 2 good innings. Lacoste and Quisenberry got the last 9 outs for the Royals. So, as we wait for the game to adjust itself, the rest of the month of July. Come on. You can do it. There we go. In baseball. The Mets are a 500 team. They beat the Expos 8-3 at Shea. Ed Lynch goes to 8-9. Dan Schatzeder falls to 2-4. Gary Carter gets one on his old team. 2 for 3, his 19th of the year, and a double. Rangers beat the Brewers 4-1. Jim Mason 4-12. Jamie Kockenauer goes to 0-3. Toby Harrah 1 for 2, a stolen base and 3 walks. Cubs beat the Cardinals. Holy cow! Ray Fontenot goes to 3-4. Joaquin Andujar 14-8. Ryan Sandberg, a solo shot, his 10th of the year, steals a base 1 for 4. Mariners beat the Twins 9-6. Jim Beatty goes to 5-2. Garth Butcher 6-10. Harold Reynolds, or maybe Craig, 2 for 3 with a triple. It's Craig, not Harold. Baltimore beats the Pounds. I mean, just pounds the Blue Jays 8-1. Denny Martinez picks up his 2nd win of the year. He's now 2-13. Slide this out of the way. Bill Musselman goes to 6-1, his first loss. Eddie Murray, 2 for 4, his 23rd of the year with a double. Braves beat the Padres 4-2. Next game in that series will be on Gardner's channel because he likes those sort of matchups. Johnson 1-1. Dravecki falls to 5-4. Dale Murphy 3 for 4, his 27th of the year, drives in 2. Pirates and Phils because someone has to win. Pirates 4-2. Tunnel goes to 5-6. Shane Raleigh goes to 8-8. Juan Samuel in a losing effort for Philadelphia, 3 for 5 with 2 doubles. Cleveland beats the Yankees in 11, 5-4. Jamie Easterly goes to 4-2. Dave Righetti falls to 3-4. Brooke Jacoby 3 for 5, his 15th of the year, and drives in 2. Astros beat the Reds 4-3. Mike Scott goes to 10-9. Tom Browning 10-8. Glenn Davis, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Dodgers beat the Giants 4-1 at Chavez Ravine. Jerry Royce 11 and 5, Bill Lasky 9 and 6, Pedro Guerrero 2 for 4, his 20th of the year for a double, and the Angels beat the A's 5-1. Ron Romanek goes at 10 and 7, Tim Burtz is 5 and 4, Schofield 2 for 3, a triple and a stolen base. So it's 11 now in the East for St. Louis, 14 in the West for the Dodgers. The Red Sox by a game and a half over the Jays. Wow. And Kansas City is now 5.5 up on the Angels and the A's. So that'll do it. So tomorrow we'll have the doubleheader for you between the Dodgers and the Reds from Riverfront Stadium. And until then, I'm Ron Juckett. Have yourself a wonderful day, everybody. So long.